Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to Movie of the World YouTube channel. Friends, today I'm going to narrate Malayalam movie, which is Anveshanam or Enquiry. It is directed by Proshab Bijanan and starring by Jaishurja, Shruti Ramchandran, Vijay Babu, Leona Lisai, and many more. Friends, I am just going to discuss a brief story about the movie. Let's start. Anveshanam is a tightly woven investigative thriller that unfolds over the course of a single night and the following day, centering on the mysterious death of a young girl and the layers of truth hidden beneath a seemingly simple accident. The story begins when a little girl named Shati is rushed to a private hospital late at night after repeatedly falling down the stairs at her home. Her parents, Arvind and Kavita, are visibly shaken and desperate as doctors attempt to save their daughter. Despite emergency treatment, Shati succumbs to her head injuries. What happens at first to be a tragic household accident soon begins to raise questions. Because the date involves a child and unclear circumstances. The police are informed. Sub inspectors Aravinda, played by Jaishuriya, takes charge of the case, calm, observant, and methodical. He initially treats the incident as an unfortunate accident. However, small inconsistencies begin to surface during his preliminary inquiry. At the hospital, Dr. Renuka, who treated Shati, becomes an important figure in the unfolding investigation. While reviewing the inquiries, she notices certain things that trouble her. Although the fatal injury is consistent with a fall, there are additional marks on the child's body that suggest possible prior physical trauma. These observations create a moral dilemma for her. If she documents everything honestly in the medical report, it could escalate the case into one of child abuse and bring unwanted scrutiny to both the family and the hospital. The hospital management certainly pressures her to avoid complication and clarify the case strictly as an accidental death to protect the institution's reputation. Meanwhile, sub-inspectors Aravindan begins questioning the parents separately. Kavita appears deeply devastated, overwhelmed with grief and guilt. She maintains that Shati was playful and must have slipped while running around. Arvind, however, seems tense and uneasy. His statements contained mirror contradictions about where he was and what exactly happened when the fall occurred. Though nothing is immediately conclusive, the officer senses that something is being withheld. The investigation expands to include conversation with neighbors. Some mention that they had occasionally heard arguments or loud scoldings from the house, along with the child crying while no one witnessed direct abuse. These testimonies further fuel suspicion. Arvindan does not jump to conclusions. Instead, he patiently pieces together timelines and cross checks details. Dr. Renuka ultimately decides to remain truthful in her report. She notes the presence of older injuries alongside the fatal head trauma. This report becomes a turning point in the case. Armed with medical evidence, Aravindan intensifies his interrogation of Arinda. Under mounting pressures and confronted with inconsistencies, Arvind finally breaks down. He confesses that he had a temper and would sometimes physically discipline Shati. On the day of the incident, in a moment of anger, he pushed her during an argument. He insisted that he did not intend to kill her. He merely shoved her in frustration and she lost her balance. Falling down the stairs, what he describes as a momentary lapse of control resulted in irreversible tragedy. The revelation shatters Kavita. She had been aware of her husband's harsh behavior, but never imagined it would lead to such a fatal outcome. The emotional weight of guilt, denial, and loss overwhelms her. Arvind is arrested, and the case is formally reclassified from an accident to culpable homicide. The film concludes on a somber note. Justice, in a legal sense, is served, but no resolution can undo the loss of a child. The empty staircase of house becomes a haunting symbol of how fleeting burst of anger destroyed a family forever. And Vaishnavs is not just about solving a crime, it is about confronting uncomfortable truths. It explores themes of parental responsibility, suppressed violence within the household, institutional ethics, and the courage required to stand by the truth through restrained performances and a realistic narrative style. The film delivers a powerful reminder that sometimes the most dangerous threats lie within the walls of our own homes. So, friends, that is the ending of the movie or climax of the movie. If you like, please do subscribe and share my channel.